This week on the Jock and Nerd Podcast, we review K-Pop Demon Hunters, plus a surprising turn of events as Netflix wins the bidding war over Warner Brothers Discovery. But don't count out Paramount just yet. Scarlett Johansson jumps cinematic universes. Avengers Endgame returning to theaters next year. Will it have a post-credit scene connecting it to Avengers Doomsday? And more, all in this edition of the Jock and Nerd Weekly for Monday, December 8th, 2025.
This is Jason Mewes, and for reasons best left between you and your therapist, you're listening to the Jock and Nerd Podcast. Snooch to the nooch. Check. Check one. All right. This is for all you fans out there. Let's give it up.
Jockin', be nerdin'. We funny, disturbing. We jockin', be nerdin'. We spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, what's up? How's it going, listener? Thank you for pressing play and welcome to the Jock and Nerd Podcast, where we give you comic book and superhero TV and movie news, reviews, and whatever we choose. Jock and Nerd. My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the Jock.
He's a nerd.
And joining us is a fella who destroyed the Han Moon with one perfectly placed fart. That's all it took. They call him Rugma, but we can call him Rug Boy. Hi, Rugs.
That's what you're gonna call me, Rugma?
Rugma, the king of all demons.
Oh, I don't like that.
Fart.
Pretty demonic.
I think your farts could destroy the Han Moon, absolutely.
And the Han Sun, the Han Moon.
Yes.
Han
Solo.
Han Solo.
All the Hans.
Yeah. Attila the Han.
All right. Enough with the Han Moon. We got a fun musical fantasy adventure movie we'll be talking about later. But first, crazy Hollywood entertainment story right now. Let's get going.
The Jock and Nerd Podcast.
Well, if you've been listening to the show or following the entertainment news as I like to do, you may have seen the big crazy news regarding Warner Brothers up for sale. A story that started in August with one David Ellison after he purchased Paramount. Skydance purchases Paramount, makes a lot of aggressive moves, wants to buy Warner Brothers, makes several offers. They don't take it. Zaslav puts Warner Brothers officially on sale and gets other suitors like Netflix and Comcast. They ask for first round bids before Thanksgiving, second round bids after Thanksgiving, and then just
What's wrong with your voice?
A few days ago, it's been a long day. It's Monday. This is what my voice sounds like.
It's been a long day.
It's been a long day. It's been a long week.
Wow.
Just Friday, this shit never comes out on Friday. December 5th, the fucking plot twist. Warner Brothers Discovery picking Netflix to sell to over Paramount.
Oh, shit.
The fuck?
What the fuck? Here from Netflix press release itself, December 5th says today, Netflix and Warner Brothers Discovery announced they have entered into a definitive agreement under which Netflix will acquire Warner Brothers, including its film and television studios, HBO Max and HBO. The cash and stock transaction is valued at $27.75 per Warner Brothers share. And so that equity, the value, comes out to about $82.7 billion. Equity value of 72. So there's like $10 billion in debt there. They said this transaction expected to close after the previously announced separation of Warner Brothers Discovery's Global Networks division, Discovery Global, into a new publicly traded company, meaning all their cable channels, they're going to separate Q3 2026. That's when this deal, if it goes through, will go through. First of all, this is crazy because we talked about this last few weeks. This was the worst possible end to this. The theater owners didn't want this. The film producers didn't want this. In fact, right before this deal comes out, David Ellison must have heard this was happening. He sends an aggressive email, couple of aggressive emails to Zaslav saying this is rigged. The sales process is tainted by management conflicts. Netflix has also offered a $5.8 billion breakup fee, meaning if the deal collapses, they're still going to give WBD $5 billion. In this email, Ellison says, we are going to double our breakup fee to also that. A bunch of anonymous Hollywood producers, filmmakers email Congress telling them to block this deal. Of course, nothing is going to happen for about a year and a half, as it has to go through regulatory hurdles through the DOJ, EU regulators as well. Comment, Anthony, were you surprised by this? This was the last thing I think anybody was expecting to happen.
Was I surprised? No, I wasn't surprised. Really? Yeah, I mean, but we talked about it last week. This, to me, was the worst case scenario for it. Now, Netflix has come out and said...
Yes. What have they promised?
They promised to honor the theatrical releases and that to use Warner Brothers for theatrical releases. Now, I'm a little dubious if they'll continue that beyond the contracts, but there is potentially, concerns with the merging of these two competitors that maybe they would have to honor this. Like maybe Congress would get involved.
Right.
So they would have to still put stuff in the theaters, but I'm dubious that they would do that long term. I think they want to just absorb this stuff, which is not good in terms of the movie theater business and the movie going experience. Now, Netflix just did, acquire a lot of IP.
Yeah.
It's great for them. They acquired a lot of different prestige TV shows.
It's crazy.
They, the HBO Max is the third biggest streamer behind Prime and
essentially
and Netflix.
The number one streamer is purchasing the number 3 streamer.
Now, I heard a take online. I forgot who was saying it.
I think I know what you're going to say, but I might have heard the same thing. Yes.
I forgot who it was. If you know who it was, Imran, you can add in, or the audience knows who it is. I'm not trying to take credit for this thought, but this is a wild thought here. Someone online that I was following basically said, this deal's never going to go through.
Yeah.
And then they were like, well, why is Netflix doing this?
Yeah.
And they're doing this because they're trying to lock up HBO for at least a year to a year and a half.
That's what I heard.
While this is happening, while this is all in motion, HBO can't do anything.
They've essentially frozen their competitor for a year and a half, 2 years. Yes, I've heard that.
So there's some, there's the take that Netflix wants to absorb it. Makes a ton of sense. There's the bad thing about the movie theaters. That's a talking point. And then is Netflix just tying up their competitor for 18 months?
I mean, I could see them doing that, but the more I think about it, it also is kind of a brilliant move by Ted Sarandos to swoop in and collect all this IP. Now,
I lean towards Netflix is tying it up because they immediately put. If you have Netflix, I got an email from Netflix.
Oh yeah, I got an
saying that. They're touting that they have this stuff.
Yeah,
so it would be very weird to just not ever intend to actually go through with it unless something a lot of left field happens.
I mean,
I have my doubts on the theory that they're just tying it up.
They've also promised HBO Max will remain its own service. What may change is the theatrical window. It may be where the movies are out for, instead of 45, 90 days, just like 2 weeks, like a DC movie's out, and then it's on Netflix.
I don't understand the HBO Max keeping that as its own service.
Well,
that doesn't seem to make sense.
I mean, I think because
I guess they could double dip, but wouldn't you just want to bring all those people? I guess what's the crossover between HBO Max? People, do you think, we don't know this? We would have to look it up. How many people have both?
It's just too much content on one thing.
Yes.
I think it's hard to navigate, and it's maybe you can get both in a bundle.
Yeah,
and they're
but when Disney's kind of doing this with Disney Plus and
it doesn't work. It doesn't really work for me.
It's a little confusing.
Yeah, I don't really like that.
I mean, if I was Netflix, I would do what they're promising. Leave WB alone. Leave HBO Max alone. Let them create their own content the way they've been doing. You can get box office money, and then you can put it on streamer. Now, let's just get to the breaking story today. If you thought that was the end of it, of course, there's regulations. It's not the end of the story, because just today, Ellison and Paramount are doing what's called a hostile takeover, which is the thing where now you go directly to the Warner Brother Discovery shareholders, the people who are actually going to make this decision. So the Warner Brothers wanted $30 a share. Today, Monday, he has gone to the shareholders and goes, look, I will give you $30 a share. And let's remember, I want to buy all of it, not just the studio and HBO Max. I want the cable channels. That's something Netflix doesn't want. At $30 a share, this is a estimated value of $108.4 billion deal. So suddenly Netflix's $82 billion is now, but I don't know what's going to happen. What do you guys think of that, Ruggs? Is that disrupt the deal, or does Netflix, the original,
I don't know.
disruptor,
I mean, part of me thinks that this Netflix deal was almost like a win-win for WB. Like, okay, if they sell it to Netflix, great, but if they can get more money out of Paramount, even better. And so it could be a strategic, okay, we're gonna lock up this. Paramount's hungry, but we're gonna take this Netflix deal and see what Paramount does, and then maybe that's the ticket. But
man,
there's an ideological aspect to this. So we all know that Paramount and Trump are kind of adjacent.
Yes, but also are Ted Sarandos and Trump are buddies,
right? But if you look at Paramount stuff, it's a little bit less risky. Like Netflix tends to do a lot of slop.
Yes,
and they just put out whatever.
Well, yes,
and they do, like, they're the type of people that'll do a lot of left leaning content. They're very open about that stuff.
Yeah.
And so they're not going to be like a Trump sounding board. They're not going to do. I mean, Trump's has no influence, but you can see that Trump likes Paramount, is talking about them, making like Rush Hour 3 for him or whatever.
Right. Yes, 4.
So there is some kind of communication there. So I think that there's an ideological thing. There's like people who don't want Trump involved, that are against the Paramount deal, don't want anything. Don't want, like, because CNN's going to come with that deal.
Right. You can't.
So now you got major news outlets, all that stuff. So they're like, oh, they want Netflix to get it because, number one, Netflix is a lot more left leaning. Netflix does put out lots of stuff, and they're not. I had another point.
It's not as two similar companies merging. It's like Paramount,
and they're not interested in the cable channels, which CNN would be.
So it's not really a monopoly because Netflix and Warner Bros. Discovery had two kind of different businesses. Whereas,
no, it is. It's still media.
One's a one's like a distributor.
Even though Netflix is political sometimes, it's never been in the news business.
Right. Well, they don't want those channels.
So to Ruggs' point, there's a quote from Trump.
Yeah,
he basically said that he was skeptic of the deal with Netflix because it could be a problem because of how much the market share Netflix would end up with.
Yeah,
that he's going to be involved in the process of approving the deal.
Yeah,
and then he said Monday afternoon about hearing about Paramount's bid. He said none of them are particularly great friends of mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I also read, like, this is what's the craziest thing is David Ellison's up there all buddy with Trump. He thinks he's got it in the bag. He's going to make him Rush Hour 4. Meanwhile, though, Sarandos, an article from Forbes reporting, Sarandos playing the long game, meeting with Trump late last year and a couple months ago in the White House at Mar-a-Lago. He's in his ear. He's going, Netflix isn't a monopoly. He told him it's, quote, just the 5th or 6th biggest distributor on TV, and comes in with the highest bid, which is kind of crazy. But do you think Ellison misplayed this, or he just didn't give him the highest bid? Because apparently he did offer $30 a share in December.
I don't know. If the money seems to be better with Paramount, why is WB not?
So I read another crazy article, I think it's from Variety or Deadline, how the Netflix is essentially the safer bet. I'm going to read a line from this article. It says, it is a sign of the times that the parent company of Paramount and CBS, two entertainment institutions that have been around for more than 100 years, are a bigger risk than a much younger venture that has been in the original programming game for about a dozen years. Because Netflix has never acquired anything. This is the first time they're doing this. And he always said he didn't want to acquire stuff. So just the fact that just in 15, 20 years, they went from a fucking company that was mailing out DVDs to now this is fucking crazy.
This is crazy.
It's crazy. It's insane.
Crazy.
I do think, though, I hate to say it, though, I don't think that the IP is in good hands with Netflix.
Well,
I just don't.
yes, that's another big point.
I just don't. I just think that the only reason to want Netflix is because you don't want the Ellisons in charge, of a big media company. So, so it's either that you don't want the Ellisons and Trump adjacent people to have all this power and this soundboard, but they'll keep the movies business going and they'll commit to theaters and stuff and that whole thing. But on the other hand, Netflix might not commit to theaters, but they're not going to be Trump's news source.
Right.
So it's like Sophie's choice.
Who is the lesser of two evils? Now, if you look at the quality, what Warner Brothers HBO makes, they make very good movies, TV shows. Look at the quality, what Netflix makes. I will argue Netflix has the TV show business down. They
make so much slop. Number one. Number two,
yes.
They take forever to make their shows.
Yes. And the movies
they cancel all the good shows.
They overspend on all the movies, giving them hundreds of millions of dollars, and they're not good.
Well, they make a wide variety of things. I wouldn't say. A lot of their stuff is slop.
Yeah.
I mean,
just look what happened to The Witcher. Like The Witcher, that's an A1 property video game that was like a huge thing.
Yeah.
They had Henry Cavill attached. He left.
Yeah, because he's like, I don't like what they're doing with the story. This is not what I signed up for, and he fucking takes off.
I mean, they have a few things, but like they don't last forever, and they're gone. Like like Cobra Kai is come and gone, and they've had a few things that were like appointment watching, but
they have had the biggest
Stranger Things is big,
but biggest show in the world. They've had many biggest shows in the world.
They don't really nail the. I think they put out the sloppy action movies. They don't particularly nail like that middle tier.
Yeah.
They do nail like Oscar-y type stuff. So like Frankenstein is really good and all that, but the TV shows are their bread and butter. So I think the play here is they can get this IP. The people at WB, I mean, WB's on a hot streak.
They know what they're doing. Yes.
But I also think there's another angle to this. And I brought this up earlier in the year. Netflix wants to diversify their portfolio outside of just TV and movie revenue.
They got video games now.
No, well, I'm not even talking about video games. Video games maybe, but I'm talking about experiential stuff. And now when you have this IP,
oh man,
you can do the experiential stuff. You can do stuff with DC. You can do stuff with Lord of the Rings. You can build parks. You can do theaters. You could do, you could do a whole bunch of shit. Whereas right before that, Netflix had to create their own IP and then spin it off, like Demon Hunters, which we're going to talk about. Right. That was starting to be like its own IP, but that's much harder to do.
That was Sony's though, and then Netflix bought it out.
Yeah,
right.
And that's what Netflix does. A lot of its stuff is like they'll buy it as is in progress.
Yeah,
someone else is doing it.
Yeah,
but the stuff that they generate sometimes they're like uneven. Sometimes it's great, and sometimes it completely misses the point.
Yeah.
So
and
now
it's unpredictable.
I feel like if they have Warner Brothers, they have a studio that knows how to make movies, and they can let them just continue. Like I think I heard Pam Abdi, Mike DeLuca, Peter Safran, James Gunn extended their contracts to 2027. I think they will all stay and still run Warner Brothers and make what they're making. And then maybe Netflix will see, we could put movies in the theaters and they'll make us lots of money. And then we could put it on Netflix and it'll still make us money.
The only way this works for me as a fan is if Congress, and if they let it go through, I think there has to be the caveat that they have to make things go in theater.
Like at least maintain like 30 movies or something.
Yeah, like
some
a
kind
month,
of number, a quota.
A month release date, whatever, 60 days, whatever the standard.
Yeah.
Because essentially, if you take Warner Brothers out, I mean, you are really, because Netflix is in competition with the theaters. They might argue that they're not the same business, but they are in competition, and they're actively trying to hurt the theaters with every chance they get.
But I mean, there's people who will go to the movie theater and then they'll be watching Netflix before they go to the movie and watch a movie, come home and watch Netflix. Like it's always
right.
there.
That's why you have to make the experience different. That's why I know this is financially impossible, but I don't know if you've been to the Sphere, Anthony, but I think that is the next level. It's very immersive. It's huge.
Yeah.
And then there's it's like 40X. It's an experience when you're in there. So if you can make these smaller spheres and really make the experience an immersive thing that you can't make at home, then maybe the theaters will survive.
I mean, I still
Well, it doesn't. But it won't help if you take one. You take one of the biggest studios and put all their IP on TV.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think theaters ever completely go away. We still print comic books. There's still vinyl records.
Yeah, it's still gonna be there, but look at the comic book industry hardly makes any money.
I was going to say,
true.
Ron,
Even the
drop in the bucket. They wipe their ass with that money.
vinyl
you can't
records are
reference
very
you can't
niche.
reference comic books as an example of things that haven't gone away, because essentially, Imran, they have.
They
gone
have.
away.
It has. If you look at the numbers, but
Netflix.
like,
I mean, you're just to that argument, Imran.
Yeah.
You said, well, theaters will never go away.
Yeah.
That's what people said about VHS and physical media. And
Well-
look, Netflix killed. Netflix has done this.
Yeah.
They have killed an industry within Hollywood.
So this Netflix is a company that disrupted the TV business model and continue. And now everybody does it. They are
Not only TV
and everything.
movie
Movies,
release.
yes.
Yeah, everything.
And that hurts physical media, right? Maybe less physical media comes out for the collectors. So this disruptor is disrupting again.
Well, there's also the fact that you can't really count who did the best. Like, because they only have the numbers.
Right.
It's not like they can get them from the theaters. Like, the theater will tell you, okay, we sold this many tickets.
Yeah.
So how do you know what the number one movie? How do you know what has the biggest box office? How do you know it's profitable?
I mean,
you don't know.
You don't know. They tell you, but you don't know if it's how real it is.
I mean, in the next Superman movie, he's gonna have a fucking N on his chest instead of an S. Is that what's gonna happen? Like,
Okay, that's the extreme.
I mean, we're not gonna see anything for a couple of years if it even goes through. It is possible they're freezing them, but that would seem such a shame because if you could just buy them and absorb them. But
I don't see the to that point. I don't see the strategy in freezing them, but then announcing that you have all this IP.
Right. That's like a conspiracy theory that's out there. But I mean, it does also, even if you're buying it, it does freeze them for a year. But you'll be able to combine both numbers and become the number one fucking streamer. Do you think so? We don't think they changed their mind and take of the Paramount bid.
Well, it's not that they changed their mind. So the way a hostile takeover works is you go right to the shareholders.
Yeah.
And then the shareholders get pissed off and elect a new board.
Oh.
I mean, I think there's other ways.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a hostile takeover expert, but like, it's not about changing their mind. It's about going to it's basically like backdooring your way into this. So
yeah. Meanwhile,
who knows? I don't even know what we don't even know if they're going to get this approved.
Right.
I mean, whenever mergers happen like this, like sometimes they go through smoothly. Sometimes there's concessions that need to be made.
Sure. And I think Ted Sarandos today, after that hostile takeover bid, he's come out and been like, no, we got a done deal. He's like, no, it's done. I'm not worried.
I could totally see it being like, hey, you can absorb all the TV content, but the movie studio has to not be part of the deal or something like that.
Or does Paramount just pivot it and buy something else, say like a Universal or something else? I mean, feel
Universal's not for sale.
But neither was Warner Brothers before they started fucking sending offers over.
Well, yeah, they made a decision to sell it.
I just think the Ellisons are the kind of millionaires, billionaires don't like to take no.
No.
And when they want something, they're going to do what they have to do.
Well, Ellison's trying to build that. I mean, he's trying to build Paramount to be a thing.
Yeah, I mean, he poached the Duffer Brothers from Netflix. Maybe this is retaliation
Bought
for
UFC,
that. Bought UFC
content. He bought, was it South Park?
He's got South Park. He did lose Tyler Sheridan, jumped to Peacock, I think.
I know Rug Boy was sad about that one.
Yes,
losing Tyler Sheridan.
His favorite.
I only like one of his, or maybe a couple of his. I do like a few of his shows, but not the ones that I'm not into, like the Yellowstone and all that other shit.
Yeah.
But this is a war. This could be a battle. I don't think we've heard the last of any of this.
No.
But it is fascinating to watch and just to think about how much the landscape can change if the deal goes through.
I mean, are we going to get any new DC stuff?
Right. I mean, is the stuff they're already working on, and does it stop? How long do these things stay in theaters, and then you could just watch it at Netflix in 2 weeks? Will that be a thing? It's wild. I mean, this is more than Disney paid for Fox. Like, I think this is almost a bigger deal.
Well, yeah. What do you mean? You look it up.
And because these other mergers that happened, like Fox was kind of failing, the companies were failing. Warner Brothers, he's Zaslav, increased the stock and got him on a hot streak.
71.3 billion.
Yeah, so this is at 82 billion. It's a bigger deal. And it's just crazy.
We'll see.
Listener, let us know what you think about all this. You can join this conversation. Join our Facebook group. It's called Jock and Nerd Nation. Jock and Nerd. It is a closed, exclusive group. We got spoiler threads. You meet lots of fun people, other listeners to the show. Check it out. Join it today. Just got one or two other big stories here to go over. The other big story, before all this happened, this was crazy. We got ScarJo jumping ship from the MCU as everybody, Variety reporting, Scarlett Johansson in talks for the Batman 2.
Oh, shit.
She is now in talks to play either a love interest that will be a villain. We're not really sure what the role is. Jeff Snyder on Hot Mic recently revealed that they were originally looking at Emma Stone for this role, but apparently Emma Stone wants a lot of money now for every movie because she thinks, she's getting Oscar nom. So I think she's asking like $20 million per movie. Apparently ScarJo took a little less money, but for back end points. And the rumor is she might be a villain. It could be gender swapped. I don't know. What do you guys think? Black Widow is definitely dead now. Probably. She's not coming back.
Right.
ScarJo in the Batman 2. Rugs. Who could she be? What do you think?
Poison Ivy.
Well, the other thing is they've said these characters, they're doing characters that have never been done before. So I don't.
What about the Phantasm?
That was another rumor, like a gender flip Phantasm, or
No, the Phantasm was always a girl.
It was a girl, wasn't it? That's right. From Batman and the animated universe.
Yeah, the Mask of the Phantasm.
Mask is a Phantasm. But do you like her? She's in Jurassic Park. She's at MCU. Now, Catwoman is not coming back. Zoe Kravitz. So I thought Vicky Vale also, but they're saying they're doing, it could be a new character. They're doing characters that have never been done. Anthony.
Mrs. Freeze. I don't know. They've done it.
Yes, it could be Nora Freeze. I do have a little list here.
So characters that have never been done on film?
Yes, in a Batman movie.
Oh. Huntress.
This list has who Nora Freeze is in here. No, it's got Harley Quinn. It's not going to be Harley. Silver Sink. What? Talia al Ghul, but they've already done a Talia.
Talia al Ghul.
Well,
Anthony, what do you think? Black Widow and Batman.
The rumors I saw the Phantasm rumor. Thinking about where the Batman left off, thought they were going to do a Hush storyline. Maybe they're not.
Right.
Or maybe they're doing a Hush Court of Owls storyline.
She could be part of the Court of Owls. Yeah. Yeah,
I was thinking maybe Court of Owls because of the way the first movie with like how Gotham
maybe
was
she's Hush
corrupt from the inside and stuff.
Yeah, it could be a female Hush. Yeah, it's something kind of grounded and not too much magical or something, right? You got to imagine because that's the world he has set up. Julia Pennyworth is another guest Screen Rant has. Alfred Pennyworth's granddaughter.
Hmm.
I like the Court of Owls thing because that would make the most sense. I think they're also going to do a Penguin season 2, so you could tie in some mob things and the past of the Wayne. But man, ScarJo just jumping around everywhere. She's done with the MCU. But do we all think so? Black Widow's could she come back? Could she come back in Avengers: Secret Wars?
Anything's possible.
Doomsday.
What if she's She-Bat?
She-Bat. She-Bat? What's a She-Bat?
Yeah, instead of Man-Bat, She-Bat.
Yeah. There is a ton of characters you could gender flip to, probably.
Yeah, what's I'm doing? That's Man-Bat, she's Bat, right? So
she's Bat, you're Bat. Everybody's a Bat. So speaking of Avengers, this story came out recently that they are going to be re-releasing Avengers Endgame in theaters in next September 2026 ahead of Doomsday, which that's kind of fun. Would you guys go back and watch it? I feel like I've seen this movie so much, and would that moment still hit again? The portal scene as much now?
What, from Endgame?
Yeah, in the theaters, in like a packed theater.
I mean, nostalgically, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I think you you would get the same, not the same buzz, but you get some sort of feeling. I mean, I've seen Avengers Endgame so many times.
Right. That's the thing. It's been available everywhere. Now, here's the interesting thing. Here's the rumor. Here's what they could do. That movie, if you remember, doesn't have a post-credit scene because it was kind of the end of this whole saga. They could now add a post-credit scene that would tie into Avengers Doomsday. And that's what some people are saying is actually going to happen. Now, that will get motherfuckers out to go see fucking Avengers Endgame again in the theaters if they do that. What do you guys think about that?
I mean, it's not a bad marketing idea.
Right?
Yeah, I think that's pretty. If they have the footage, I think that's pretty genius.
Well, because if you think about the post-credit scene from Thunderbolts, was they shot while they were making Doomsday. Who's to say they didn't shoot another post-credit scene while they were making these movies to put at the end of Endgame? The other crazy rumor I heard is that Doomsday will pick up right after where Endgame left off, meaning they're somehow going to erase all the bad shows and movies they made in between. What do you think of that?
That's weird.
That would be crazy.
People are going to be confused.
They would be confused, even because you have like the Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four in there. I don't think they're going to do that. I don't know if that will.
Well, Fantastic Four introduced Doom.
Right.
In the post-credit.
So I don't think they do that, but I can see them putting a new post-credit scene at the end of.
I think Emron's just trying to fuck with us. I don't know if
I don't know what he's talking.
I saw that somewhere. Anyways, let's end with this last rumor that a new trailer will be coming out this Thursday. Now, the rumor it's either going to be the Supergirl trailer.
They already. There's a rumor. They already
There's
released
a teaser
for
okay.
it. Yeah.
So there was a teaser saying trailer this week, but there's some speculation that Marvel's playing chicken with them, and they may release the Avengers Doomsday trailer also this Thursday, which would be crazy.
Wasn't Avatar come out this week?
Avatar comes out the following weekend, yes, to get it.
Aren't they planning to put that with Avatar? No.
They are, but now Avatar is getting stuffed with the Odyssey trailer, Doomsday trailer, maybe the Supergirl trailer. Maybe they want to clear out and have, get their own time before Avatar. Something is coming out this week on Thursday. Probably Supergirl trailer, but there may be another one.
When does Avatar drop? This week? This Thursday?
Thursday? No, the 18th. Next Thursday. 10 days.
Oh.
So then and then I heard another rumor that they're going to release for Doomsday. They will release one trailer online and have a different trailer in front of Avatar. There was these stories that they had made like 30 versions of this trailer because they were trying to fine tune it or they're trying to just mislead people. So it's possible we get two different things and you still have to go see Avatar to see some new shit. But that's how you sell tickets.
Interesting.
Did you see what AMC is doing? Speaking of the theater experience and trying to
I love Imran just filibustering right now.
enhance it. Have you seen? Did you get this email from AMC? They've started something called a popcorn pass.
What's that?
If you're a Stubbs member, for $30 for like the year, you buy this popcorn pass, and every time you scan your Stubbs card, you get a large popcorn for half price. One a day for the whole year.
Ooh.
Now, if you are a diehard, I get a large popcorn, large drink every time I go see a movie. I feel like this would be a good deal. Anthony, does it sound like it's a good deal?
So say that again, $30.
$30 for a year gets you this pass that anytime you buy a large popcorn, it's half price, essentially.
I mean, I don't eat a ton of popcorn at the movie theater.
Yo, if I'll tell you right now, if you buy a large popcorn and
Cameron doesn't eat popcorn either.
No, actually, I started to.
Oh.
I actually, in the past year, 6 months, I've been enjoying large popcorn, large Coke Zero. It's 20.
You remember his whole tirade against popcorn?
I was like, popcorn sucks.
Like Imran, you can't count on Imran for anything.
No, Imran doesn't have doesn't stand on any sort of business with any of his opinions ever.
I'm back on the popcorn wagon. I'll just tell you that much. I've been enjoying it. It's really the butter. But large popcorn, listen, a large popcorn and a large soda is $20 a pop. So if you're giving me half price popcorn,
Can you remind everyone?
They give you free refills too.
Yeah.
Can you remind everyone of what you thought about popcorn?
Popcorn was the most annoying fucking thing because of the little half kernels, clear things that get stuck in your teeth. Why do we subject ourselves to this bullshit? And then you got to pick all the shit out.
Reiterate your position now. You're back on popcorn.
He loves butter.
Well, here's the thing. Since I don't have real teeth, they're all implants. There's no space in between the teeth for things to get caught. So I'm back on the popcorn. And yes, I kind of love the butter. I think the chemical, fake, high fructose, whatever is in that butter is very addicting. It's very addicting. I was just like, pour it in my hand.
Imran lives his life.
Stick a fucking straw. I'm like, give me that butter. Give me that fucking. Okay, wait.
Imran says things and lives his life and just says things and doesn't think about what he says. He just goes, I'm doing this now.
Listen, a man can evolve.
He's evolving. He's more machine than man, like Darth Vader.
I'm becoming the best version of myself and embring movie theater popcorn.
I love it.
Because also, it's a nice salty.
I totally forgot that Imran had a popcorn take until Ruggs brought it up.
I did. I was so anti-popcorn. And then for some reason, I was like, let me get that butter. And that was it. And the butter fucking like cracked.
I feel like when I was into popcorn, Imran was not into popcorn.
Yes.
Now that I no longer eat popcorn,
yes.
I used to eat popcorn. This is not movie theater popcorn.
I'm taking Ruggs as popcorn. There has to be a balance in the force.
Yeah,
Alamo has some good popcorn.
See, and if you got like the fancy, nice popcorn, like that,
they have the truffle popcorn, lime, or pickle.
Fuck
they
yeah.
got spicy ranch. Yeah, they have some good popcorn.
Gourmet popcorn is the shit. Okay, wait, one more fun thing.
What a turn!
One more fun thing about AMC and Netflix. And
what else? Well, what do you have to rant about soda now too?
No. Coke Zero is delicious. That's all you need. No, about Netflix. Look, with Netflix buying Warner Brothers theatrical movie theaters. They have played around with different models. This is the latest thing that they're doing. It's kind of interesting. So the Stranger Things finale that's going to be out December 31st, January 1st of this year is in about 500 theaters. First of all, the minute it was announced, all the tickets got sold out. Like if I went to look on Fandango, the fucking theater was packed. Here's the thing. They're not actually selling tickets. Netflix has made a deal with AMC. The movie is free. You just have to purchase a $20 concession coupon, which Netflix is giving all of that to the theater. So, free ticket to see the finale, $20 you spend at the theater. The movie theaters get that. And I thought this was a very interesting.
So they're not even making money off of it.
No. Netflix is not making money off of it.
They're helping out the theaters for no reason.
Yes, but they're just getting a bigger hit and buzz on their movie. Anthony, what do you think of this fucking little experiment?
Say that one more time.
If you went to see Stranger Things finale in the theaters, the ticket's free. You have to buy you just have to buy a $20 concession coupon you get to spend at the theater. Netflix is letting the theaters keep 100%.
Well, how do you know where you're going to sit?
No, you still select your thing. Like in Fandango, it still has like you can pick a seat. But if you go look at those showings, I guarantee you it's all full. They were full, like in a day it sold out. It was wild because it's only like 500 theaters. But I thought it was an interesting little way to get people, Stranger Things fans, into the theaters and to appease AMC a little bit.
That's interesting.
Right? Mm-hmm. So, Popcorn Pass, free tickets.
I wonder how that's going to work out. I'm interested in that.
Yeah. Well, it seemed to work out great. They've sold out it's all sold out. Like this.
No, I mean, if they're going to keep doing it.
Right? Yeah. But big changes to popcorn in the future. No, not to popcorn. Not to popcorn. All right, let's take a break here, you fuckers, so we can play some promos. We're going to come back and talk about the Hanmoon and Huntrix. Huntrix don't miss. K-Pop Demon Hunters right after this.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
What's up, Jock and Nerd Nation? This is Logan at Mostly Superheroes, a podcast that was partly inspired by the Jock and Nerd Podcast. We talk about a lot of the same stuff, MCU, DC heavy, with other content that comes out of HBO Max, Amazon Prime, Netflix, and more. We're committing to doing something new every day in 2021, so come join the fun, check out the schedule. Find us at mostlysuperheroes.com and enjoy the rest of the show.
What's up? This is Brian, and I'm the host of Citizens of Pawnee, a Parks and Recreation podcast. That's right, a podcast dedicated to my favorite TV show, Parks and Rec. Every week I discuss my favorite things about the show, which include character breakdowns, episode rewatches, and other random facts and tidbits about the show. You can find me on Instagram at Citizens of Pawnee Podcast and listen wherever you get your podcast now. You will literally love it.
Jock and Nerd.
Listener, if you enjoy this show, this is a great time to sign up for our Patreon fan club. Just visit jockandnerd.com/Patreon.
Why is it a great time?
Because you will be giving back, supporting the show, keeping the show going, and for as little as $3 a month, you get access to an exclusive podcast feed where the shows come out early. Bonus content is posted. We have some extra movie reviews posted just today from Ruggs. Anthony sent in one this week. Ruggs sent in two. We will get to those. And lots of bonus hours of bullshit to enjoy. You can also join us for our monthly virtual hangouts on Discord. The next one's January 22nd. Sign up and you'll be in time to join us there. There's a tier where you get a t-shirt, lots of fun stuff, and you're like a producer of the show. We appreciate everybody supporting, keeps the show going. jockandnerd.com/Patreon. There's a link in the episode description. Click it, sign up, do it. Do it now. Okay, fellas, let's get to this week's movie review. I am very excited because we're finally going to talk about K-Pop Demon Hunters on Netflix. Here's your spoilers.
Strap yourselves in, you fucks. Spoiler time.
Some of you probably like, I can't believe it's taking you this long to talk about it. Some listeners probably like, K-pop what now? Anthony, how do we get here?
How do we get where?
To this movie.
Well, he watched Wicked.
How did I get you to agree to watch K-Pop Demon Hunters? Yes, and it has to do with Wicked.
Well, yeah, you had me. I watched Wicked a couple weeks ago, and you were all up in arms that I wouldn't watch K-Pop Demon Hunters. And quite frankly, this week we had really nothing to review.
Yep.
And you suggested let's do K-Pop Demon Hunters, and I said, all right.
I mean, if you're a Wicked guy now, you gotta go. There's a bunch of other things you're gonna have to start watching. But yes, look, it's still very popular. In fact, the movie still currently the number one most popular, most watched movie on Netflix. And it's always in the top 10 when you go to Netflix. This is a movie produced by Sony Pictures Animation for Netflix. Some stunning Sony Pictures Animation, who also did the Spider-Verse movies. This originally came out this summer, June 20th, 2025, and started to get a lot of buzz, and I didn't watch it for a long time. And now I've seen it 3 times. Anyways, on Rotten Tomatoes, 96% tomato meter, 99% popcorn meter, both critics and audiences loving it. Metacritic has it at a 77. The budget of this movie is estimated at $100 million plus. Now, it's a Netflix movie, but again, we were just talking about Stranger Things, Netflix playing around with theatrical release models. They did a similar thing here where after about a few months and the movie gets big on Netflix, they give it a limited theatrical run this August, past August 2025, makes about $20 million. And then later in Halloween, they do sing-along versions, makes a couple more $1 million. So the movie's made $24 million currently, if you look at Box Office Mojo, despite the fact that this is a Netflix release. But like I said, it became the most watched original title in Netflix history. The soundtrack, because this is a musical, the soundtrack of the film is the first film soundtrack on the Billboard Hot 100 to have 4 of its songs in the top 10. It goes platinum in October, gets 5 Grammy nominations, the soundtrack. The movie is starring a bunch of Korean voice actors. So your main crew here are Rumi, Mira, and Zoe. Voice acting Rumi, Arden Cho. Voice acting Mira is Mei Hong. And voice acting Zoe is Ji Young Yu. But the singing voices are also important. So you have a girl named EJ singing as Rumi, Audrey Nuna singing as Mira, and Rayami singing as Zoe. And now they're actually starting to come out and sing the songs live on The Tonight Show. They just did it on the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And it's a lot of fun to see them. This is a PG movie, only an hour 39. Anthony, what happens in K-Pop Demon Hunters?
Well, in K-Pop Demon Hunters, there are 3 singers, part of the Huntrix, 3 female singers that are popular K-pop stars in Korea, but also hunt demons and protect our world from demons by singing and putting a fortress around the world with their voices. But the demons have figured out a way to infiltrate them by sending up a demon boy band.
Of course.
And the demon boy band and the Huntrix, the demon girl band, or the human girl band, are duking it out. But there's a secret that the lead singer of the whole human girl band, Huntrix, has that can crush everything and ruin everything.
Yes, these demon hunters they've been passed down from generation to generation to protect the Han Moon, which is a layer created by music to trap the demons underground. All right, Anthony, let's just start with you. You liked Wicked. What did you think of this, which is essentially a sci-fi fantasy action musical kind of number here?
I watched this movie the other day, and the first thought that came to mind was actually not even about the movie. It was more about and this has happened in the last, 15 years or so?
Yeah.
Just the rise of K-pop.
Yeah.
As a music genre. And I'm curious what this is equivalent to. Like, this is a new genre that came out in the late 90s, early 2000s, and has just blown up.
Yeah.
The thing that I can equate it to is like just the popularity of EDM.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the first thing, is like, oh, they're making a movie with this. Like, K-pop's already been a thing.
Right.
But the fact that they have now a movie that's super popular, I was like, oh man, like what? We literally just saw the evolution of a new music genre.
Yeah.
As far as the movie itself, I mean, here's the thing. The movie, it's trying to accomplish a couple things. Trying to be entertaining, have pretty decent, whatever you call it, graphics, animation, have a decently entertaining story, and have some pretty damn good songs. And I think for the most part, it has some pretty good songs. The story's kind of whatever for me, and the animation's pretty solid. So overall, I like the movie. Is it like my favorite thing in the whole world? No,
Yeah.
not really. There were times where I was looking at other things, but there was a lot of good songs that brought me back into the movie, and for the most part, I enjoyed it, and I liked it enough that when I was driving home little later that day, I was playing the K-Pop Demon Hunters soundtrack on my phone, and off of my phone in my car, because there were a couple songs where I thought they were pretty catchy.
I knew that you would like some of the songs. We will get into all of that. I just want to mention a couple more voice actors in this that are kind of fun. Ken Jeong voicing their manager, Bobby. You got Daniel Day Kim in here as Healer Han. And then Lee Byung-hun as the voice of Guima. This is the frontman from the Squid Game, and he's in the movie you recently watched that we're going to hear about later, Anthony, right? Park Chan-wook's new movie. I was like, and I looked up, I was like, oh, it's the fucking frontman from Squid Game playing the bad guy, Guima. Ruggs, what's your history with this? What do you think of this? Opening thoughts?
Okay, some K-pop general things. So when K-pop was big, and it was kind of on the on the descent, because all of these like Blackpink and BTS were kind of, all the members are going solo.
Right.
So you got Rose and all the other people that they're all like going on their own. So like this group K-pop thing, they were going mainstream. They weren't like known as quote unquote K-pop anymore. So I thought like this revived it. This brought it back into the light. It was actually fading out. And then this actually brought K-pop to a bunch of new kids that were like not considering it anymore. Because I think BTS's height was maybe like 4 years ago. And
Blackpink.
And Blackpink was about 4 years ago. So they're this infused it with all new excitement. In fact, when K-pop was at its height, there was an animated group called KDA.
Oh.
That was like Madison Beer was involved. And if you don't know Madison Beer, she's a pop star. And a bunch of other
people. I know she is.
And she's very attractive. And a bunch of other people, a couple of other girls, and they had their own group called KDA, and that was supported by the people who make Arcane.
Oh, okay.
So are the people who
Wow.
make Arcane made KDA as a animated K-pop group.
Like Gorillas.
Yes.
Cool.
So I think that Huntrix and K-pop Demon Hunters is a little bit of influenced by that. And someone saw that and go, let's make a movie like this.
Yeah.
And so I think that's where all that comes from. So when I saw it, the first ads for K-pop Demon Hunters, I was like, this is just a ripoff of KDA. And isn't this a little too late? Isn't K-pop over?
This is KDH.
I was wrong because now this brought it to a whole new generation of kids.
Yeah.
And it's the biggest thing ever. Halloween, trick-or-treaters dressed as this shit.
Oh my
I
God.
saw
You see
all over the
Sasha
place.
boys and Huntrix girls everywhere this Halloween.
Yes.
In fact,
And now they're fucking parade floats
I
now.
went to a wedding, like a Pakistani wedding, and the little kids performed a dance number to Your Idol from the Sasha Boys song. I was like, fucking K-pop is everywhere.
Yeah, so it's big. It's big. It's going to be big for them. They're going to grow up. This is going to be a pivotal thing in their lives. Like, I guess when so for some people, Avengers is the big thing that in their lives that they saw in the theater, or this is like the big thing that they saw on their TV.
Yeah.
That was their favorite movie that they watch 1,000 times. So yeah, it's got a big cultural impact. Now, as a movie, I didn't really love it as far as a movie, but I really thought that the songs were really good, and the marriage of these two things worked really well. Like these characters being like anime characters,
Yeah.
goofy expressions,
Yeah.
all of that stuff, all that cultural stuff in there. And then you have the K-pop music and the catchy music, and the fact that it's not this style that we've seen over and over again. It's kind of like a newer, it's adjacent to Spider-Verse.
Yes.
So a lot of those things like combined and coalesced into this movie. I liked that the characters were like attractive. Like the boy characters are all the girl characters. They're all like, they're not like, we've had this thing where like everything has to be ugly.
Right.
And this one is totally aesthetic.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm into it. I think that it's good.
Yeah, so as far as the genre of music, like I was aware of K-pop. I did not listen to any K-pop, but Anthony, to answer your question, like I was thinking about it, it kind of does remind me of like when hip hop and breakdancing were going on, and then they made movies about breakdancing, and you're like, oh shit, they're making movies. So it gets to that point of cultural explosion where now the whole world is embracing K-pop. And I didn't realize the style is this blend of singing and rapping, and I kind of really enjoy that. But I've seen this movie 3 times. I play the soundtrack all the time. It is a fantastic fantasy action musical. I do
think it's a little convoluted though.
It is, but I love this. Look, I love the style, like you said, this stylized realism where they're taking like anime things that happen in flat 2D anime and just making it 3D, but everything looks super realistic and tactile. It's beautiful. The songs, the choreography, the action, they are singing and fucking slaying demons. And then the songs, if you listen to these songs, these are perfectly crafted, amazing pop song produced melodies and beats. And they're super catchy and they're very like now and current. And the songs just get stuck in my head. Golden was the big one, but this soundtrack's got 4 or 5 bangers that I'll play over and over again. So, and I related to Rumi's story, a demon hunter who is hiding that she's half demon, and these patterns, these markings on her skin, whether to hide them or embrace them. What does that sound like that I went through?
Vitiligo.
Exactly. So when by the end of the movie, I was like, fuck, man, I feel it. And I love the emotion. I love the arcs of all of them. And I love how the songs have the emotion and the story in the songs. Some of it reminds me of The Greatest Showman, the kind of way the songs pace the story. But yeah,
I did not like that element. That's the element of the story I don't like. Actually, the 2 things I think in the weakness of this movie is the demon hunting. I think that's very glossed over, even though it's in the songs.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it takes a back seat to the actual song.
Yeah.
You never feel like they're in any real danger.
Sure.
You never really feel like they're getting beat up.
I completely agree with that, Ruggs. I agree with both of you. So I think the songs and the animation and what you said, Ruggs, about just aesthetics and how they look, all of that is really fun. Really, really fun. I enjoy that. I think it's all really well done. It raises the bar in a lot of those areas. I think it's beautiful to look at.
Yeah.
And the songs are really good. I think the songs are really, really good. But I do agree with Ruggs in that when they play the songs, the fighting just becomes the same fighting over and over. They're just literally knocking out the demons with their swords. There's not really like any danger, like Ruggs said. Yeah. And I also feel like it's just running towards the songs, but not necessarily like the plot is like almost second nature. Second takes a backseat to everything, which makes me, I think, the structure of the story could use some work.
Yeah, and I also don't like that the whole she's a demon thing.
You don't like that she's half demon?
As I said, just like I hate Wicked, I hate these whole things of like these kind of tropey, these tropes of like, oh, the evil people are really good, and there's always, I would have liked more like a almost like a Buffy Angel thing where they're in love, but they have to kill each other.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that would have been better than this other thing. Like, oh, I really sympathize. I sympathize with you because I'm like you. Like I don't know. I don't like that. I think it's tropey and it's cheap, and it's like Frozen. Every fucking thing.
Yeah,
it's the same story over and over and over again.
And the whole Genu backstory and his little secret and how they fought, and then he actually kind of turns, but then the moment he saves her, it's just like heartwarming, and it's coming. I mean, it's slightly predictable. I just like when they're fighting and singing like that. It's on the beat. The like choreography of the action is great.
No, it's well done.
Yeah.
It just takes away from. I mean, maybe it's not supposed to be about demon hunters. Maybe that's why a lot of like young girls like this, because it's not about fight. I think they would get bored with the fighting.
Right.
I guess they're playing to their audience, but
yeah, absolutely.
It makes it like not as good of a movie as it could have been.
I think that's so I didn't have a problem with the demon part, but I think they're leaning more into this is like marketed towards young girls.
Yes,
the fighting absolutely. It takes a back seat to the singing, but also to I think the messaging of like just being accepting who you are, no matter like your differences or you're like you're the if you have vitiligo or whatever the hell you have going on, like you should embrace that part of you rather than like suppressing it. I think that's what they're trying to more lean into.
Yeah.
But with that, like for me at least, I think where I had an issue with it was like when the story's playing out, like I think they get to the reveal of her being the demon with the other girl, the other Huntrix ladies, like too late.
Yeah, it is way.
So by that
late
point,
in the
all the
movie.
tension. Yeah. There's a tension that happens. They break up, and then literally in the next scene, they're like back together.
Yes, yes.
I think that happens so quickly.
Yeah,
that if I were to structure the story, I would have had that breakup happen in like the middle of the movie.
Yeah, and it happens late because Rumi, Celine tells her, if you seal this thing, if you seal the Han Moon, they'll go away.
Right.
And so instead of telling anyone, she's just trying to release the songs early, get to the Idol Awards, seal the Han Moon.
Well, yeah, and there's the trope that she can't sing.
Right. And so that, that's another thing where it's affecting her, the secrets inside her are affecting her voice, mentally, really. But man, when, she's talking about covering up and stuff, like just took me back. My parents would make me wear like long sleeve shirts and pants. And I always felt like they were embarrassed to have me seen like my skin when I was little and it was all vitiligo. And so I completely was relating to fucking Rumi and how she was raised and that stuff. So that fucking still hit, which is wild, but it's definitely for little girls. Yes. But I still love it. I just want to go through kind of the sequences and the songs because the movie is kind of set up through these songs. And I think it starts great. I mean, they explain what's going on with the generations of hunters in the Han Moon. And then the song, How It's Done, just fucking to open with that and the whole scene. I think the action's great. The way the plane's trashed and they got to skydive in. And the way, and they're cooking the ramen and they got to wait for the ramen. Like it's all very cute. The humor really works. There's a lot of little gags here and there. And then you see their sick weapons, which I thought also I really enjoyed. How Rumi has a sword, and then the girl has like the long bow, and the other one's got little daggers. And they're killing him on the beat, and it's very colorful. What do you think of how it's done opening sequence, Anthony?
The opening sequence of the movie?
Yeah.
What do I think of it?
Yeah, just like how they're introduced through this song. And the demons are kind of introduced.
Yeah, I mean, I think the way it's you know, they have like a voiceover, right, to set it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of know what you're getting into, and then they have them on the stage, and then all the demons start coming in. I mean, yeah, I think it's. I'm not saying anything that I haven't said earlier. I think it's just a fun. It's just the way the movie is structured. That this is like they're racing to the song, and then once the song hits, it's like watching them do ballet around these demons, and then and that's the whole gist of the movie. Yeah, I liked it. I mean, I think jumping ahead, there's the two songs that everyone knows. So. I'd never seen the movie, but I'd heard those two songs.
Which ones? Golden
and Soda Pop.
Oh God, Soda Pop is my least favorite song. But
so I'd heard both of those songs before.
Yeah,
but didn't know they came from KPop Demon Hunters.
Oh.
So that's when I know that things are like mainstream, as if I'm hearing about them, but I don't even know where they're from.
Yeah.
So there's that. But the song I like the most, actually, is the Free song.
Oh, really? You like Free? Oh my God! So this is the song it reminded me of "Rewrite the Stars" from Greatest Showman, where Zendaya is singing to what's his face.
I have a soft spot for to Zac Efron.
Yeah, to Zac Efron, and and she's singing. He wants to be with her. She's singing. This is similar, but
I have a soft spot in my heart for any animated songs or even musicals. Where the guy and the girl start singing to each other.
Duet. You love the duets.
And this goes all the way back to fucking what's the I know the movie. I'm losing track of the name of the song. Aladdin.
Oh yes.
What's that?
Part of Your World.
Part of Your World.
Part of Your World. Yeah.
No,
Part of Your World.
The duets are great.
Part of Your World. That's that's Little Mermaid.
A Whole New World.
A Whole New World. Yes.
Part of That World, which is
Part of That World.
Mermaid, which is also a good song.
Yeah.
Aladdin, The Whole New World. So that's where that takes me back. Literally, I was watching the movie. I was looking at my phone a little bit.
Yeah.
They started singing that song, and they started like doing the whole like singing in the air shit.
Yes,
and I
they
was
start
like,
floating.
I'm back in the movie. I'm back watching.
And I love how they're singing about like what they want, what they're trying. They're like, we can't fix it if we can't face it. And I love his bit when he comes in. He's like rapping and singing. Fucking Genu. Free's it's a good melody. It's really catchy. Free.
I mean, those are when you're doing these musical, whether they be animated or musicals. Yeah. Part of telling the story is telling it through the song, right? So so if they have a good song that's clever and can progress the story, then I think you're doing your job there.
And all the songs kind of have some of the story in there. Ruggs, what's your favorite song?
Oh, I like Your Idol.
Your Idol, the other Saja Boy song is very good on the sound.
I think that's good. I mean, I like how it's done. I like, Golden is fine. It's overplayed.
See, but man, I hear the shit in the fucking.
And I like This Is What It Sounds Like as well.
That's a great. Those are the great songs. But I hear this shit in the gas station now, like in Target, like on the fucking.
Well, the soundtrack has gone platinum.
It's gone platinum. My two favorite songs would be like you said, Golden is great, but I think How It's Done is fucking great. Takedown is a great song. If you listen to, there's a version covered by this band twice in the end credits, and it's on the soundtrack. But that's got a fucking great beat. And I love that whole, like, it's the one kind of like mean song they wrote, and even in the movie, Rumi's like, I don't really know if these words are right. And then when it gets performed, I love this whole moment because the demons are impersonating Mira and Zoe, and now they're singing Takedown to her when they wrote this song to sing it to the Saja Boys to expose them as demons. And the whole thing gets turned around and they expose her to the world and rip her shirt off so everyone sees her patterns. That's great. I love that whole turn of events. So, Anthony, you don't like Takedown? The fucking when they drop the bass, they drop the beat. I'm gonna give
Takedown is good. What I've listened to K-pop before. I'm just going back to K-pop.
Okay,
And what I like about K-pop is I don't listen to K-pop very regularly, but when I do listen to it, what I like about it is like it's basically a combination of pop, EDM, and rap. Right?
Yeah.
So they combine, and I like all three of those genres on their own. So when you put them all together, I usually like it. Even like when they start singing in Korean.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh, this is cool.
I mean, this soundtrack is teaching people Korean. I've seen people cover these songs and they're learning Korean.
K-pop has been around. I mean, K-pop.
Yeah.
The rise of K-pop has taught a lot of people some Korean, but also just Korean, like not only K-pop, but Korean media, right? So like Korean movies are big.
Television shows.
K-dramas are big. Yeah. Korean food is big. Like it's, that's the biggest thing that my takeaway from this. I was like, wow, like just reflecting on the rise of Korean culture in America. I'm like, that's that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, music is a powerful thing. Yeah. So it is one of the things that brings culture to people.
Like, have you ever, I mean, you guys are older, Imran, much older. Have you ever seen like another country's music get imported here and have the same staying power like Korea?
Well, I mean, obviously we have Hispanic music and stuff.
That's
a big thing here. I mean, you got
it's huge.
Bad Bunny and all
Puerto
Rican
those guys. Music.
Bad Bunny's made that huge.
Daddy Yankee back in the day,
right? It's reggaeton would be there.
Reggaeton, yes.
I feel like Indian music breaks in every once in a while and then goes away. Like Ed Sheeran has this new song with this Indian singer, and it's got like an Indian vibe to it. Sapphire, good.
Indian music comes in and out.
Yes,
like it doesn't stick around, but you'll hear it.
Yes. But for K-pop to be this big, and I think it is the blending of genres. It's essentially stuff coming to them, and then they're mixing it up and putting it back out. And the influence of hip hop and the singing and like the trap beats, like it's all fun.
Well, they've really committed to it in a way that is crazy. Like they've made a whole industry, training. Like there's actual like places where they go and they train these kids to do all this stuff.
Oh yeah, there's like schools and shit now.
Well, if you look up like Blackpink, or even some of these K-pop bands, boy band, girl bands, whatever. They often are plucking people from like the US or other countries and then putting them in Korea.
Yeah.
Like I think like the Blackpink, like one of those girls is from Thailand. One's from like the one or two might be from the US. I might be wrong on that. But, but they're not necessarily like they're manufacturing this shit.
They're all they're all fabricated.
I mean, now they got that big group that's Cat's Eye that is kind of like an imitation of this, I guess, or I don't know, maybe it is made by people in the K-pop industry. Who knows? But it's a girl group.
Yeah,
and they do very similar stuff to the K-pop. It's very.
I mean, it's no different than what Simon Cowell does, right? He just puts these young boys together.
Well, I mean, we also saw young boys together, without context. But no, that reminds me of. I mean, even in the early mid '90s, like
New Kids, boy bands.
Well, not only New Kids, but like Backstreet Boys and NSYNC were both manufactured boy bands.
Menudo was like one of the first ones.
Pussycat Dolls,
Pussycat Dolls, So I mean, you're just seeing it in another country, but I think the impact that K-pop has, I mean, it's just huge.
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun. So Golden,
that's the thing that you said. Well, one thing, and then I'll let you go and run. I think the reason like K-pop seems to stick around is the fun factor.
Yeah.
Right. I think they revolve more around fun, whereas you would look at like boy bands, there was more like my heart's broken and all this type of stuff, right? Or I'm going to get the girl.
Yeah.
So I think there's just a fun factor to K-pop that doesn't necessarily exist around every genre. So I think that's probably why it's like more palatable to a lot of people.
I mean, all these songs, they get you bouncing. They get you moving. Like the beats are very good and you just can't help. But, it's kind of funny, like when the girls are watching the Saja Boys for the first time when they're singing Soda Pop, they're like, they hate them. They hate that they are infatuated with them and that the song is infectious. They can't stop their shoulders from bobbing back and forth. They're like, no. And that song is so cheesy and funny, Soda Pop. But Golden, I want to talk about Golden because that's the
biggest song, right?
It's the biggest song, and it's a really hard song to sing. She's got some high-ass fucking notes in several parts of this song, and it's very impressive. But I've seen when they sing it live on The Tonight Show, Jimmy Fallon, they sang it in a lower register. So it was
the people that are doing the speaking voices and the singing voices are completely different.
Are different. So this girl, EJ, who did Rumi, and EJ wrote a lot of the songs. And the story I heard about her is that she's been ghostwriting a lot of K-pop songs for many years. And she was just a songwriter, but she wrote these songs and she recorded the temp track, and sent it to them. And they liked it so much. They're like, why don't you just fucking sing these parts? So I feel like EJ, Audrey Nuna, Ray, and me, they should be a real, this is Huntrix in real life. They should be a real group. And I would go fucking see them.
I feel like they should just go for it because how are you going to get exposure like this? How are you going to, you're in the spotlight already. People want to see them now.
Because they didn't perform this live. The songs were huge. Everyone was like, can they sing this live?
They're all in their deep 30s now.
Right.
It's
but
they're Asian, so they look young.
Yeah, you can't tell. Yeah. You can't tell at all. But I love in Golden how she's singing about her patterns and she's done hiding. And, it's a very uplifting song. It just makes you feel good. Then we get to Soda Pop.
I got to correct myself real quick. Sorry. And then you can go to Soda Pop.
Yeah.
2 of the members of Blackpink are from Korea. One is from New Zealand, and they moved her to Korea. And then the other one's from Thailand. And she's actually Thai.
Oh, okay.
So, just speaking to the fact that they find these people.
It's a factory, dude. It's a K-pop factory out there. They know.
They're cranking them out.
People love it. We talked about Soda Pop and how about the cat? I thought the cat was hilarious. Jinwoo's cat,
Derpy cat.
Yes, that he sends and he knocks the planter over and he's trying to set it back up and it just keeps falling. Like that fucking cat.
About the 3-eyed bird.
The 3-eyed bird with the hat.
He's like, she's like, why do you have the hat? And he's like, well, it was for the cat.
It was for the cat, but he took it. And the bird's expressions are great. I love the designs. I think the designs of the demons were fun. It worked. They're not really scary and threatening.
I actually thought it was kind of interesting. They did something that you don't see very often. So Jinwoo, right? Jinwoo?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Yep. Jinwoo.
And Rumi.
Yep.
They have this unspoken love, right?
Yeah.
Or this infatuation with one another.
Yeah.
And most movies nowadays don't even do the love story, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But movies back in the day would do the love story.
Yeah.
And they kind of did it straddled it. So they hinted at the love story, but they never went full with it where they're kissing by the end of the movie. He dies and stuff. So I just thought it was a interesting choice where usually you see one or the other, and they did in the middle of what a love story was.
Yeah, it's very safe, right? And it still works. But he gives up.
They hint at it. I mean, it's very obvious that they have some sort of love towards each other. So it's definitely it's not he automatically hates her or she hates him because he's a guy.
Right.
They clearly have something, but they didn't go all the way with it.
Well, once he realizes she's half demon, I think he feels bad and he wants to help her. But he does sacrifice himself and his soul becomes a sword or something. He's inside her. I'm not exactly sure. But
not exactly sure what happened there.
But I do. So Your Idol also, that's a great song. And on the soundtrack, it starts with this chanting. It's very cool. But I love this song essentially singing about the power of being a pop star and how you do put everyone in a trance. And the line where he's like, I'm the only one that will eat your sins or deal with your sins. I love this whole moment because they have now entranced the whole population, including Mira and Zoe, and everyone is given into their insecurities and they're feeding off it. But also the fact that pop stars, they get that power. Their fans will do anything for them and they can control them. And then this is what it sounds like is another beautiful, great song and a great moment.
Which one is this one sounds like?
This is the last song, what it sounds like. Where Rumi
is that where not the part where she steps up and then is it where she steps up by herself and then the two come back?
Yes, I love it. She comes out first singing about I'm not hiding anymore. I broke apart. I couldn't put myself together, but now I'm embracing it. And then slowly Mira and Zoe break out of the trance and they start singing and they join forces and fight the demons. And let me tell you,
I like that. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying the harmonies, when the three of them hit these harmonies in these certain songs, it's fucking delicious.
Great song.
Yeah.
But to my complaint earlier, 2 minutes ago, they hated her. And then they just see her singing and they're like, we'll forget
The
now that she lied to us and
well,
she's a demon.
But in the song, she's explaining what, listen, we can't all, and then she says we're not all heroes, but we're doing the best we can. But I feel like the song broke them out of the trance, and they
It's
did
a good song. I just like
yes, they did just leave.
There's a lot of like conveniences
Yes.
going on here. A lot of concessions you have to make. But it's a kids movie. It's not meant. It's meant to make sense to little girls, and they're too busy bopping to the songs to care.
Yeah, I got that vibe too. That it's not really like it's not like a Pixar movie. Where there are some funny things for adults.
Yeah, there's
it's
some
not
fun jokes.
It's not super leaning into like the adult side. It's definitely a kids movie.
Yeah, I think that on a second watch that I watched it, I think I liked it more than the first time.
Yeah,
and I don't know why that is. I'm still critical of all the things that I saw, but maybe I just like I'm just impressed at how these songs have permeated, and that the fact that it is something that's a phenomenon that people have gravitated to. It's impressive to me.
Well, look, what I'm impressed
I
with
agree with
is
that.
they spent time making sure the animation was stunning. They spent time making sure the production of the songs was as good as
Yeah,
they
the
could
songs
be.
are like radio ready. There's not even.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Can I ask you something real quick? Ruggs and Imran.
Yeah.
And then you can finish. I am by no means the animation expert. Is this like top tier animation?
I mean, it's very good. It's very good.
I think it's if it's not quite top tier, but I think it's very serviceable. I think it's very respectable, and I really like all of the animation design.
Yeah, it fits the style.
Is this better than in your opinion, than like a Spider-Man Across the Universe or Spider-Verse or whatever the fuck it's called?
I think it's right up there.
It's up there with the Spider-Verse movies, and
It's not as deep.
and Mutant
like,
Mayhem.
The Spider-Verse is
Yes.
like a little bit more
It's
deep.
more
There's a lot more
layered.
deep. Yeah, there's more layering
But
going on.
this decision they made to
This is
make
cleaner.
This, yes,
This is much cleaner, and they go like with the exaggerated shit.
Yes,
a little bit.
And it worked like an anime.
They're working with the comedy aspect of it.
Okay,
but it's well animated. Like the body language is good and all that stuff.
Yeah, the acting is great, and it's just it fits the fucking thing. It's really fun, and the choreography. If you watch the dance moves, like somebody had to choreograph this, and it's also done very good. And I see people replicating this in videos, like the exact same choreography. So they paid a lot of attention to the details of this, and the little gags I thought also work. The humor works, but the fact that all of that is like top notch. I think it's up there with the Spider-Verse and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles style animation.
Probably a step or two below Arcane, though, right?
All right, well, Arcane is like different. That's the thing; it's different. Arcane is more of a flat,
It's got Arcane's got way more detail.
It's got more
way
detail.
more variety and depth.
Yeah.
So I think Arcane is like one of the top. I think Spider-Verse is one of the top.
Yeah.
Animation. I mean, there's the Disney stuff is also fucking. Some of it's untouchable, like Moana and all that stuff. They're like really well done,
But
fantastically done.
None of this touches in terms of animation nor quality. Rug Boy's favorite was a Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, or whatever.
What is that? That's the one that came out in the theaters, right?
Is that the one that Ruggs is like, people think this shit is good. It's not good.
Oh, Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
Demon Slayer is fine. It's just it's nothing. I don't know. I just don't. I think it's TV animation. That's what I think. It's not movie animation. It's not.
But I will give it up to Sony Pictures and Sony Animation. They are putting out some top notch work.
Sony,
that competes with Pixar and Disney. Absolutely.
No, it's good. I thought it. Without being an expert, I thought it was very, very clean and very well done.
It does have a drop frame rate, but very quickly your eyes kind of adjust to it.
Yeah, it has that drop. I hate that drop.
Yeah.
What does that mean? I don't even know what that means.
So it's like on the twos, they're like there's like 12 frames
Like
instead of 24.
Spider-Verse and Ninja Turtles, they all do it. And I hate it.
Where it's
Disney does not do that.
It's a little choppier. The in between motions are removed, so they kind of jump. But out in the beginning,
they say that they're doing it on purpose, but it's really to save money.
It does save a lot of time because you're animating half. But I'll tell you again, like
things won't move as smoothly. Is that what it happens?
Yeah, but your brain
Your brain
smooths
gets
everything
used to
out.
it, yeah.
Yes. And you see, so your brain is showing you movements in there that aren't in there because it
Right.
gets adjusted to it. And so they're like,
Well, that's like when people write out a whole paragraph and they remove the vowels, you can
right,
still
you
read
can
it.
still read it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're like a production studio, you're like, well, if your brain is filling this in, why do we need to?
But I can see it.
These
It
frames?
bothers me.
It does. It's crazy how your eyes will adjust. And yeah. So, anyways, the end of the movie, they fight. They with the
Do they fight?
They fight. They kill demons. They go after Guima with Jinwoo's sacrifice. She gets a power up sword, and then the souls and the voices of everyone in the audience give all of them a power up in order to finally destroy Guima.
Wasn't the thing though? Here's my confusion in the plot. The whole thing was the demons are bad, right? Demons are bad. Demons are bad. We got to have the Han Moon. The demons are reprehensible. But don't we learn through the movie that there are some good demons?
Well, Rumi does. After she realizes all this, she's like, when she's fighting, she's like, are you being controlled by him too? Are you actually innocent? And you start to sympathize with maybe they aren't evil and they are just being controlled
Like
by
I
him.
thought I thought they were building towards like we got to accept the demons in our world. Like they're not demons.
Right. They're not. It's a
But
misunderstanding.
it seems like they just end it where the Han Moon's back and everything's back to
the
normal.
Han Moon goes gold. It's sealed. So those demons are now trapped. I don't know. Like, and even with Jinwoo, like he made a deal with Guima to leave his family, and then he got trapped down there. Like I'll admit it's a little muddy.
If they wanted to really
His
make
backstory was weird too.
It was a little weird.
I thought that would be like the more interesting part is like, let's explore like how these people become demons. But then they like go out of their way to make him like a really bad guy. Like he just embraces all that stuff to like leave his family.
Yeah, it
Yep.
it doesn't work.
Yeah. No, yeah. And he was trying to redeem himself, right? And he does kind of.
It's a little messy. I think it's
it
pretty messy.
It is a little messy. And once it's done, if you notice at the end, they're in like the bathhouse and then they meet their fans. She still has faded patterns on her. So I
Yeah.
thought Celine said, once you seal it, they'll go away, but she's embraced it. So maybe that was all bullshit.
Yeah, so it's the execution on the actual story.
muddy.
It's muddy. Yes,
And if
Yeah,
you,
the demon hunting, the fighting, and the story are its weak points. The music and the animation are
the songs,
definitely its
the
strengths.
choreography. I like the action just because it's like part of the music. But there is a sequel in the works. Only you're gonna have to wait till like 2029, of course, because this could take time. But we could find like Rumi's father was a demon. Like that's an interesting story they could explore. But I like how it starts and they're big celebrities, and in the end, she's a demon hunter that's half demon. It's good.
What I'm most impressed of, the K-pop discussion we've had a little bit, but what I'm most impressed with is I really think that they've created an IP here that like out of nothing. Like
Yes.
that is actually going to last for a long time.
Yeah, that's something to be said too. Like that's a non-existent IP that
Right.
came out in a movie, just like they used to do in the 80s and the 90s all the time.
Right. Yeah, like what you usually see is people acquiring IP and twisting it and building it even more, but it's very rare to see something created. I mean, the only other people that do this is like Pixar, but something created that like you can already see sequels, you can see merchandise, you could see this, you could see live performances, you could see this being on like billboards, theme parks. Like this is a thing that could be spun into a lot of different shit. And was this on anyone's radar? Like I don't remember.
No, it just
I don't remember any buzz for this other than when it just came out.
That's the thing. It comes out and it's huge.
No, but that's not how it happened, Imran. It just slowly started exploding.
Yeah.
It was just like a continuous rise.
Yep.
It was like you heard a couple people talk about it.
Yeah.
Then a couple more people talk about it. And then all of a sudden you're like, I should be fucking watching
By
this.
the end of the summer, at 2 months, 3 months in, you're like, I need to fucking watch this. I keep hearing everybody's fucking talking about this. It is like the algorithm is huge. People search for this shit all the time still. Why do you think, though, this has become such a universally loved thing?
Well, this is the Disney already knows about this. Disney's been hitting on this market, young girls.
Girl boss. You need the girl boss.
Frozen,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Just Frozen, Moana.
Yeah.
You got all those, the Little Mermaid, all these the Disney princesses. Like, that's a huge business. And so Sony was like, we're going to make our own Disney princesses, you know, and we're going to do it with K-pop. And it worked. It's like, that's the Disney method. They make musicals, right? And the songs are what. Now, the thing that they did that's brilliant is usually in the Disney musical, there's one good song.
Right.
And the rest of them suck.
Right.
This one, the entire soundtrack is listenable.
Yeah.
If not, almost all of them are good. So that is a feat. And that's crazy.
And these girls, like the execution that works for me, these girls are badass, right? I could see how the girls want them to be role models, and to mix Korean culture and mythology and fantasy with this kind of street K-pop sound, like, it's very smart. I'm surprised somebody hasn't done that yet. But yeah, they got a huge hit on their hands and a huge IP.
Let's see them ruin it. No, hopefully they do.
Well, I mean, again, it's animation, so it's going to be like 5 years between fucking movies. But in the meantime, like you said, Anthony, they can make a pop-up house. They can make like a K-pop Demon Hunter house experience you can go to and do all this shit. And
if all the demons are gone, they're just going to be K-pop.
Oh yeah, what maybe the Hanmoon breaks again, and then they're gonna find him again. But yeah, the fact that the soundtrack is so good and it was on the Billboard is crazy. So
I mean, it's like it's like the old, was the Renaissance era of Disney movies,
Yeah.
when
everyone was a banger.
Everyone was a banger, and they had just fantastic soundtracks, and that kind of reminds me of this. Obviously, this is like the new age version of that.
Yep, and it's spreading K-pop around the world. All right, Anthony,
and K-pop. Well, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, give me final thoughts. Give me.
I have one more thing to ask before we go there.
Yeah.
When anything is successful, you will find copycats.
Yes.
Do you think that this will elicit copycats?
Yeah, I mean,
or is the market too full of K-pop already?
Well, no, Imran's already waiting on the Bollywood version of this.
When is the guy who did RRR going to do a version of this? He's working on like a sci-fi movie.
I mean, I think it would seem to be likely that this would be reproduced in many different versions, probably even just released in Korea and hoping that it catches on over here.
Right. But I mean, you'd have to. I don't know how you do something. It's going to be like a clear ripoff, and they're not going to be as good.
Movie content creators have never been shy about ripping shit off.
Yeah, they're going to milk this. But the Hanmoon is intact. Okay, final thoughts. Give me a rating here, Anthony.
Well, I do think this will be nominated in the Oscars for a few different things.
For what?
Oh, well, best animated feature, song.
Best song.
I think those are probably the two.
Yeah. Maybe
sound, but I think those are the two, and it probably has a good chance of winning best animated feature. Yeah, as far as the movie itself, I think it's a solid 7. I do have a lot of issues with the way it's structured and the plot and the depth of what they're really going for, and like thinking through the things they're doing throughout the movie, because a lot of it, like we're talking about, just doesn't really add up.
Yeah.
But the songs are so strong, and the animation is really good, and it's a fun movie. So I don't think it's really. I can tell it doesn't actually care about the plot.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't care about the plot, I'm not going to put a lot of weight into the plot.
Yeah.
Because of that, and I'm going to put more weight into the songs, and the songs are great, and everything else was really good. So 7 out of 10.
All right, Ruggs.
Yeah, Anthony seems to be hitting it right on the mark here. Like, yeah, I have a lot of problems with the story and the tropes and the things that are kind of like layups, that they're kind of a lot of this ground has been tread on with Disney 1,000 times. But where this movie is different is that they're essentially bringing a culture, and not even the way that Disney does it. Disney kind of does it in one. This is like more organic.
Yes, it's very subtle
and more fun.
Yeah. Yes.
And less preachy.
Yep.
Like, it's not as preachy as like a Disney movie where it's like they're trying hard to make it mean. This is just an organic. They're K-pop stars, and this is their whole life, and they're into their shit, and it's organic, and it doesn't feel preachy. It's fun, and it's it's action filled. It moves. The pace moves really well.
Yeah.
So it's a fun movie to watch, and I think on repeat viewings it gets better, which is not every movie.
Yeah.
But I do think there are a lot of weaknesses, and so I'm going to give it a 7 as well. It's a recommend. I think just for the music alone.
I mean, I agree with what all you guys said, but I fucking love the character designs. I love the color palette, the purples, the blues. The characters are great. The music's great. It's a 9 for me. I can watch this shit over and over again. And I will still constantly listen to the soundtrack. Sometimes it'll just be like, I need to listen to K-Pop Demon Hunters songs because they will be stuck in my head. And I can't wait for the sequel.
It's a real thing. Yeah. I understand it.
I know.
Understand.
And it's
I can't even make fun of you for
that's
it.
That's the thing. And it's one of those movies where everybody's talking about it and you're like, what the fuck? And you watch it and you're like, oh, I get it. I get it now. It's fucking fantastic. These songs are great. And yeah, good stuff. All right. Let's do some news from the nation. It's time for news from the nation. It's time for news from the nation.
It stinks. It stinks. It stinks.
I just got a couple of comments about the Warner Brothers Discovery Netflix deal we discussed earlier. David Zika comments, remember when people who didn't understand the difference between money in debt and money of debt were all worried about Netflix having $20 billion of debt? I still don't understand the difference between those two things.
You're in debt. You're in debt. You got to explain it to me, David. I'm not that smart.
But there's because part of the deal is it's debt is part of the deal because Netflix is offering them shares or cash and stock.
Right.
And the deal is actually $72 billion, but there's debt that makes it $82 billion.
We need someone that understands finances more than us.
I don't understand. John Bellotti Jr. checking in, who works in the industry, and he says this is a sea change in the industry. Netflix have been rewriting the rules of how productions are made that have caught on in the rest of the biz, similar to how HBO changed the game back in the early 2000s. In both cases, neither were good. I just got off of a Netflix job, and we all agreed that they are trying to rewrite the rules of production making. Yeah, they're the fucking disruptor, man. And Sarandos will continue to disrupt things. But yeah, forget this. This is crazy. It's a crazy, wild journey from the beginning of Netflix to them being this huge fucking thing. Anyways, let's finish with some what are we watching. I did put in here The Boys. They put out a final trailer for. Did you watch it?
I have.
Okay, season 5 final trailer that is coming out on April 8th. The first 2 episodes will be out. Anthony, what'd you think of this trailer?
I'm glad this is the last season.
Yeah, it's time for the show to wrap up.
I'm glad it's the last season. It does look like it's pretty big in terms of the characters they have. I mean, I think you see
Soldier Boy's back,
and Soldier Boy, tell them, and
Sister Sage.
You're seeing a bunch of characters across all the different shows or all across the different seasons.
Stan Edgar, Giancarlo Esposito back in this.
Yeah, so they kept lingering on the shot of Homelander punching something.
Who is he fucking punching? Because he is giving that person a beatdown.
Right. So that's the key. What I'm most curious about is, I mean, obviously, how do they resolve it?
Yeah.
But who's gonna die?
Yeah. You think Billy's done? Is Billy Butcher?
You gotta be, right?
Gotta be done. There's gotta be a showdown.
So yeah, I think it looks good. I'm lukewarm on the Boys franchise overall.
Yeah.
But if you're telling me this is a finale, then okay, fine. I'll watch, and I'll be probably excited to watch it.
Ruggs, are you excited for the last season of The Boys?
Yeah, I think it's time. We end this shit. Not that it was bad.
No.
It's just been losing a little bit every year.
Yeah.
And I think that you don't want it to get to a point where it's irredeemable. So I think that they're still got a little bit left where it's still got some intrigue and it's still got some cachet.
Yeah.
and they gotta like end it now before it gets too crazy.
Yeah, no, I'm on the same page. Like, I'm happy this is ending, just like I'm happy Stranger Things is ending because it needs to wrap up. But the show almost is becoming a parody of what it was parodying, which is that's when, you know, you gotta fucking you gotta wrap this up. But this trailer I rather enjoyed because it does look like they're coming hard, and yeah, that Homelander repeatedly punching that dude and
There's
pausing.
gonna be a big showdown.
Yeah, you got A-Train and Starlight joining the boys. We saw the kind of the resistance get formed in Gen V, the end of the last season. I don't see any of the Gen V characters in this trailer, but they may be in here. And then does that show continue if this show ends? I don't know. Or do they spin off other characters? There's lots of characters you could spin off. I don't know if it will still be good, but then it turns into like a Walking Dead situation, right?
Mhm.
Just, you don't want to milk it. Just go out on top. And Homelander needs a fucking... Someone's got to take him out. Someone's got to take him out? We'll see what happens. All right, Anthony, what else you got? You sent in a Patreon review for...
No Other Choice.
Yes.
I got to see an early screening of No Other Choice at my local Alamo and a Q&A after, well, live stream Q&A after.
Oh, that's fun.
But No Other Choice is directed by Park Chan-wook. You might know him from Old Boy.
You still haven't seen Old Boy, have you?
Still have not seen Old Boy.
That's an interesting movie.
And this stars Lee Byung-hyun, who is the
Frontman.
demon and the frontman.
And
The demon in Demon Hunters
Yeah.
and the frontman in Squid Game. And he's also in Terminator Genesis.
Oh,
too.
he's in Genesis? I love him. He's great. Like,
Yeah, he's a great actor.
Yeah.
This movie is very good. It's very good. It's like a dark comedy where this guy that has this like high paying job as a working in like with paper suddenly like gets let go because the company gets sold to a US company, and then he's out of his job for a long time and he has to like give up the rich life that he's living, but he doesn't want to, so he decides the best way to get his life back is to get another job in the industry, but to kill all the people that are competing for the job.
That
So
are
he's
also
really
applying for the job. That's
Yeah.
that's what he thinks he has no other choice but to kill the other
Correct,
applicants.
correct, yeah.
I love
And
this premise, by the way. This is great.
I thought it was a really good movie.
Great
It's
setup.
funny. He's like a bumbling idiot, but then it also just kind of gets darker and darker.
Yeah, I bet.
And the movie has a lot to say about like what capitalism does to people and the choices they make. And the whole premise of the movie says it's like no other choice, but like he's definitely making this choice.
Yeah, he does have a choice. Like,
so yeah, I thought it was really good. And the camera work, the editing is really like very top notch. Like you'll see like weird crossfades. You'll see like simultaneous of keep characters doing the same thing. There's a shot of like him like removing his tooth out at one point. Like it gets gross. Like there's just a lot of very this Park Chan-wook guy. I don't know who he is. No, I'm just kidding. I think he's going to stick around. I think he's got a career.
Yeah, I think he's been making movies for a
I think
while.
he's pretty good.
Yeah. He produced Snowpiercer also. That's interesting.
Oh, interesting.
But Old Boy's got some cool shots. And
Yeah, you got Old Boy,
Yeah.
you got The Handmaiden,
Oh, see-
Lady Vengeance, Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance.
You know these Park Chan-wook movies, Bugs?
I've seen the ones I just mentioned.
Yeah, okay.
And I heard Thirst. I heard about Thirst. I did not see that one, but Snowpiercer I've seen. But his movies always have they go into like a weird, almost dirty area.
Yeah, taboo, like disturbing stuff.
Yeah, they go into some disturbing shit that kind of rocks you to your core when you're watching the movie. Like, oh, they're doing that. Jesus.
Anthony, does this have something like that? That's like disturbing.
It's actually this one, and I watched some reviews after. People say this one's his most palatable.
Oh, okay.
But it does. It doesn't get like dirty.
Yeah.
But by the end, you're left in a place where you're going, oh man, like you really start to think about shit. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, how does this like relate to how I would handle this type of thing?
So, man, I want to see this. I want to see this and Eternity now, based on your reviews, because I love the premise of both of these movies and they look great. What's the Oscar buzz on No Other Choice here?
It is. Some people think it can get into Best Picture.
Okay.
And might get into some like other categories, but that's the reason I saw it. And I think it could get into Best Picture. The only thing is that Neon is the producer of this movie or the distributor, and they have a total of 4 movies that
my
are
God.
international films that could get in. So the question that everyone's debating is like, can they get that many movies into Best Picture?
Competing with themselves, but that's not bad if you have the whole category. If they all get it. Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a good movie. I think both of you guys would really enjoy it.
Yeah, it sounds like something I would like. Absolutely. And that doesn't come out till later.
Christmas.
Oh.
I think limited release Christmas and then wider release in January. But I mean, it's not going to be like
right.
It's a Korean movie, so you're not going to get like in every theater.
It's the same day Marty Supreme comes out on Christmas.
It's another good movie, apparently.
Ruggs, what do you got? You said in two things.
Yeah, I watched a new Noah Baumbach movie. If you don't know Noah Baumbach, he did Marriage Story with Scarlett Johansson. He's worked with Ben Stiller a bunch of times. Francis Ha. So a lot of these movies that are like kind of like these low budget kind of indie films while we're young. I saw most of these, Squid and the Whale. There are these low budget movies about relationships and about people, character studies. And this one is about George Clooney's
What's
kind of
the
doing
movie called?
Jay Kelly.
Anthony, I'm surprised you haven't watched this. I saw this.
See it.
Yeah, it just came out. Yes, last night on Netflix. I was like, oh shit, Jay Kelly's out because I've heard the Oscar buzz on this movie.
So there is Oscar buzz on it already.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I did not know that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have. You know what? I like the movie, but I don't know if it's Oscar. It's going to win Oscars. It could.
What's it about?
It's about George Clooney's playing a meta version of himself. It's not him.
Okay.
But he's playing a famous old actor.
Okay.
That's kind of in the twilight of his career. He's famous. He's rich. He's world renowned, and he's surrounded by people that work for him, but doesn't really have any relationships with people. And it becomes kind of more obvious as the movie goes on that he really doesn't know how to be a friend to anyone. And somebody in his life dies whom he thinks was his friend, but then he realizes this kind of causes him to do a flashback and think about their relationship. And there's a lot of parts of this movie where he'll be just standing there and reliving a moment.
Okay.
It's already happened in the past. And he's kind of walking through that moment and watching it as it's happening and seeing that like, oh, this is a transactional relationship, or I'm using this person and this and that. And so it becomes like a melancholy movie about this guy who even his daughters don't want anything to do with him because he's never been really there for anyone. He's always been about his career. And it's kind of like it's more layered than that, but that's the crux of it. It's kind of like an introspective piece about this actor and I don't know if it's meta for George Clooney because he's married, he's got a kid, and he seems to care a lot about the kid and everything. But who knows? But yeah, it's a character piece, and I think it's interesting. I wasn't bored at all. You go on a little European globetrot. He loves to go to Italy.
Yeah, I heard it was shot in a lot of places.
So he goes there. Yeah. And it's got some fun, colorful characters and everything. And Adam Sandler plays his manager friend. There's it's star-studded cast.
How is Sandler?
He's fine. He's good. I mean, everybody's good at it.
Okay.
It will elicit some eye wetness if you want.
Did you cry?
To. No, I didn't. But I started thinking about my life.
Yeah.
And I don't like watching movies like this usually because I'm always thinking about my life and I'm always thinking about, my mortality and I'm like, what does it mean?
Why
I'm
make me think about my life. God damn it.
Yeah. So it did do that. It did do that. So
it is currently on Netflix, 2 hours, 12 minutes.
I don't know if you're going to like it. I can't really say it's great. But I liked it because I'm a sucker for movies about Hollywood.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like watching that show, the studio.
Oh, okay.
It's a little bit like that.
Okay.
But it's good.
I want to check
George
this out.
Clooney, he doesn't miss. He's very great.
Yeah.
So you thought it was pretty good?
Yeah, I think George Clooney did a great job. I think Adam Sandler did a good job. I thought it was good. I can't say it's an Oscar-winning movie. I could say that I liked it, but I don't know. I think some people might be bored watching it. Or
Jake Kelly's like borderline, so it could get nominated, although it's not doing well. And then the big buzz is also around Clooney and mostly around Sandler.
Oh,
People
really?
Sandler.
Supporting
because he's never been nominated before.
Yeah.
I mean, is this his best performance? No,
probably not. Okay,
but he's good at it. He's not bad, but it's not the most. I don't think it's very demanding, on him.
Mm-hmm.
There's a moment. There's a moment at the end when they're they have to work out their issues amongst themselves, and they kind of resolve their issue, or maybe they don't, or maybe you don't really know what happens at the end if the relationship between them two is solved or not. It's kind of left open, but there's a moment where it gets pretty emotional.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna check it out at some point.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it just because it's on Netflix. And
You might love it.
yeah,
I thought it was good.
a lot of Netflix.
I don't know if it's like Oscar material. I'm not sure.
All the Netflix Oscar shit is coming out. I mean, you have Train Dreams, now you got Jay Kelly. You got that House of Dynamite. A lot of good stuff you can check out there. I got sucked into. I'm loving It. Welcome to Derry on HBO, the prequel to the It series. There's one episode left. The show is very good. It is enhancing the lore, and I got so sucked into it that I finally went and I watched the original It parts 1 and 2 from 2017, 2019. And it's also by Andy Muschietti. The same team that did these movies does this show. I really like part 1. It's very good. It's interesting what they do because the whole thing is about Pennywise and these cycles. And you learn in the show that Pennywise started like 1908. And every 27 years, he comes out and he feeds on fear and he goes to sleep again. So there's an incident in the 30s. There's an incident in the 60s. That's what the show is about. And the first movie is about the 80s cycle. And then part 2 is 2019 cycle. And it kind of ends the cycle. I like the first part better than the second part. The kid cast is fantastic for the movies. And then
You talk about the movie It?
Yes, the movie. Andy Muschietti's It part, the 2-part movie. Have you seen those?
I don't remember them. I saw them, yeah.
Part 2 is like almost 3 hours long, and it's very long, and it could be trimmed back, but it does kind of show the end of the cycle, and it's kind of from the book also. So it was good because in the part 2 you got like James McAvoy and Jessica Chastain and Bill Hader playing some of the kids grown up. But what the show is doing is fantastic because they have stuff from the movie. Like, it makes it even more fun to watch after watching the movies. In fact, Ruggs, in the show, there's a character, Dick Halloran, who works for the military. He is a psychic. Now, if you are a hardcore Stephen King fan, that name should sound familiar. This is the same character that Scatman Crothers plays in The Shining as an old man. You know how he has powers. So in It Welcome to Derry, you're meeting a young version of Dick Halloran. The military knows about the entity and is using him to kind of find where it lives. There's Native American lore that's also connected to where it came from. So I really love this whole Stephen King, It, Pennywise universe they have created. It's very consistent. And despite some dodgy CG blue screen here and there in the show's really good, and it goes dark. It's like, and it's not as much as a horror thing as it is almost like a fantasy sci-fi story. So it's fucking great. Welcome to Derry is very good. You haven't watched that at all yet, Ruggs?
I don't know. I'm not a horror guy, so it's
That's
like
the thing. It's not that horror-y. It's more like sci-fi world building. You learn about Pennywise, and I thought that would be bad.
Yeah, but there's girls with big boobs and guys with big muscles and guns.
There
and
was
shit
boobs
that
in
explodes.
there was boobs in this latest episode of Pluribus. Did you see those boobs?
No.
Oh, you didn't see that? There's a bunch of.
Was there boobs?
There was.
Oh yeah, there were.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
I
I did. They're in the hot tub.
In the hot tub bubble bath.
Yeah, so that's why I like Pluribus.
Pluribus is good. Here's the thing with this show, Ruggs. I think you can probably agree. It's Vince Gilligan. I think he has planned several seasons. So I think it seems like they're really slow playing the story now. And I just feel like it's like there's not a lot going on in the episodes, and we're not going to get any answers this season. It's going to be
don't stretch it out. Come on, let's get to it.
It's going to be like 4 or 5 seasons, like Lost. You'd be like, the fuck's going on? I finished Euphoria season 1. This is a wild fucking show, people. It's fucking wild. It's really good. And it hooked me in, and I'll start watching season 2. But if you've never seen it, holy shit, it's crazy. 2 other things I want to mention. I randomly watched on Netflix. Have you seen the Diddy documentary that 50 Cent, Curtis Jackson produced? 4-episode documentary on Diddy. And it's really good. It's this.
Well, give me what happens.
So
spoil it.
He's somehow there's all this video. Apparently, like 4 days before he got arrested, he hired a videographer to follow him around in the hotel in New York and videotape him talking to his lawyer and his management and to his kids. Somehow, after he was arrested, Curtis, 50 Cent, and the filmmakers got all this footage, and it's in the documentary. And he's trying to sue them because they weren't supposed to get it. There are interviews with a gigolo that worked for him for 8 years. This male gigolo that he hired. They essentially imply he put the hit out on Tupac. And this man is a fucking monster. This is what you walk away from. And the fact that 50 Cent made this going hard after him is fucking wild. It's really good. And you see testimony from some of his managers and producers who were promised money. There's like kidnapping. At one point they went to Kid Cudi's house with a gun to kill Kid Cudi because he was friends with Cassie. The whole Cassie thing is crazy. It's very good. I know it's very recent, but is anybody interested in learning about Diddy, the whole Diddy thing still?
I don't know. I mean, like, Netflix, that's the thing is Netflix is this network that cries wolf for me. They fucking put out so much shit. I don't even know what to listen to, what to take seriously.
I mean, Anthony, does any of that sound like something you would watch?
The Diddy doc?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I recommend Diddy doc. It's some wild true crime fucking recent shit. One last thing, Anthony, a sports show caught my attention. I think I think you may like this. During the last Winter Olympics and regular Olympics, Kevin Hart, Kenan Thompson had this like sports show covering the Olympics on Peacock, and it was hilarious because they let them swear. They would just riff. They would be dirty. And I was like, these guys need a show. Well, Amazon Prime, you can find a show called Good Sports. It is a sports show hosted by Kevin Hart, Kenan Thompson, and they just like bring up stories and they riff and they bring guests. It is fucking hilarious. It's really funny. These two guys have great chemistry. They're great improvers coming up with shit on the spot. And when they just riff and crack each other up, it's the best. Anyways, good sports comedy, Anthony. Look, I'm watching a sports show. You should be proud of me.
You're welcome.
I am proud of you. I got one movie I can mention that I forgot to mention. I watched Troll 2. It's not good. Don't watch it.
I thought your Patreon thing was interesting because this is like a troll Norway kaiju franchise.
Yes.
Giant trolls fighting each other.
It's like the third movie they've made about trolls in Norway. But it's just funny because Norway there's nothing there. So it's like a giant kaiju just like wrecking a little tiny village.
You're just walking through mountains and shit.
And I'm like, oh, this isn't really that crazy. I'm like, we used to Godzilla taking on in all of Tokyo, which is humongous. And like it's just a different deal.
And then when you said it was Troll 2, I was like, it's not this troll. Oh my god! That's a different troll.
No, that's a different Troll 2.
This is
but the CG is actually really good.
Oh, really?
And if the end fight was there's two trolls, so it's almost like one of the gargantuas.
Yeah. Oh.
And so there's two trolls fighting each other. If that was done if they went all out with that, this would be a pretty decent movie. But they kind of cheaped out on that a little bit. And anyway, it just kind of fizzles out at the end. So, you don't have to watch it.
Norway troll kaiju.
I watch it so you don't have to.
Okay. Yeah. Sign up for the Patreon. You can hear more of his thoughts. Anyways, next week, Anthony, you're not going to be here.
I'm not going to be here.
We need someone to fill in.
So the plan is we're going to get our buddy John Pilati Jr.
Whoa, Junior's coming.
Junior's coming to fill in. He will be the resident jock, I guess. And we will discuss Stranger Things Season 5, Volume 1, because everybody's talking about it. And it's perfect. Anthony doesn't watch it. John loves it. So there you go.
I didn't know that Anthony never watched it.
I've never seen it.
He's never seen one.
I've seen 2 minutes of the first episode. That was it.
Wow, you never watched one episode. No. I don't know if you fuck with Stranger Things. What do you think? I don't know.
It's pretty cool.
It's good. It's you don't wonder what everybody's talking about. That's the only reason I watch it.
It's not great. This season is just good. It's all right. It's good.
It's just at this point, how are you finishing this up? That's what I'm watching for.
I want them all to die. Can we finish it that way? Because I hate all of these characters now.
Hopper should definitely be dead by the end.
Yeah, I like Hopper. That's the only one I like.
All right, save your thoughts for next week. Rugs, where can the people find you online?
Rug Boy Show on X. Come find me. Support your buddy.
Anthony, you're not going to be here, but you any more Alamo visits?
This week, no. I'm not going to probably see a movie till
Avatar?
Probably Avatar or
coming up,
or Marty Supreme. I got to look at my freaking calendar. I don't even know.
Avatar is before Marty Supreme, but I think
the next one is Avatar. Yes.
Okay, so December. That's 2 weeks. December 18th. They already screened it. Early screenings. People are saying it's visually stunning, but a little repetitive.
That's the vibe I'm seeing. Is that people think it's really well done.
Yeah.
But they're also like, it's an Avatar movie.
It's an Avatar movie, and it's a lot like the second movie. Apparently, there's a lot of things in there, but
they're all exactly the same.
I don't give a fuck. I'm going to want to go back to Pandora. Put me in the 3D. Put me in there.
How many times do you think you'll get up to pee during the movie?
No, I stopped drinking liquids at noon.
Right. I wear a diaper when I go see.
Or you could do that, or you could use your bottle. No, you just got to stop drinking liquids.
Should I go to the ER and be like, hey, can you stick a catheter in?
Yes, I can. I've been holding it for so long. Got it.
Well, you don't have to get that extreme. You can just tape a hose to your dick and just
If I don't have
little bladder in your pants,
I don't have to get up once in the 3 hours and 13 minutes. I will be very proud of myself.
I'm sure that they sell something on Amazon.
But wait, Rug
or Temu, definitely on Temu.
Imran, how are you going to balance the popcorn and the large Coke Zero with not going to the bathroom?
Yeah, this could be a problem. There's definitely something's going to have to give, and I'm going to be like, what the fuck happened?
Either you give up popcorn and Coke Zero, or you don't.
Oh, they got one.
Time in the movie.
There you go. I'm putting this in. You get it at Walmart, Anthony.
Oh. What is it? Like a diaper with like a bladder?
I'm about to put it into the link here.
And put it in our show notes, too.
There you go.
If you'd like to.
The live chat.
Manu claims male urinal pee bag, portable, wearable, reusable.
Yeah.
You stick your whole thing in there.
You stick your whole Johnson in that, and then it just goes into a bag on your leg.
Yeah, there's a pouch that straps to your leg, and you can just pee wherever you are. This is genius. It's only $20 from Walmart.
I'm ordering mine right now.
Well,
Rugs, doesn't seem very sanitary sticking your penis in something like that.
You should just get one when you go to Avatar. They should give you one.
That should be like Avatar themed fucking urinal bag. Because Rugs, you just solved my problem. Here, this is it. I just get this and wear a robe around it. I don't know.
You should try it first because you don't want to go on its maiden voyage. Get to
okay. We need to
try it first because you don't know. You don't want to be like in the theater and something go wrong.
There's a hole in the bag. Ew.
Wait, it's the pants? You put the pants on? It
comes with the pants and the attachment.
Oh, that makes it really easy.
And an extra bag. So if you fill it up, you can swap it out. Oh. $19.54, people. This is America.
And it's breathable.
It's seamless, stable, stretchable fabric. Machine washable. All right, well, you just solved my problem. I'm getting this.
Just consult the internet. A pee bag.
There should definitely be an Avatar giveaway you get at the door. Here's your Avatar pee bag. Put it on. Fantastic. All right, that's it for this episode. Enough of this bullshit. Listener, check out our website, jockandnerd.com, for all the ways to support the show, to connect, to find us. In the meantime, just share this show with a friend. Get it out there. Post it on your socials. We'd appreciate it. Thank you for listening to the Jock and Nerd Podcast. My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the jock.
He's the nerd.
We'll peep you next time.
You play with your balls a lot.
Yeah, man, you pee with a pee bag.
My balls was hot.
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.
Somebody touching my spaghetti.
Jock and Nerd.